There is a fifth dimension beyond what is known to man. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You've just crossed over into the box score zone.
All right. Dude, where's my barbecue?
What are you talking about? That is barbecue.
It's not barbecue.
Yeah, ribs, brisket, tri-tip. Hold on a second, let me get you a beer.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Oh, dude, it smells like kale juice or something.
Yeah, beer.
Mr. Paul Pabst, producer, Minas Tanat, lover of grilled meats, finds himself in a far-flung dimension where the term low and slow refers only to the growing of root vegetables. And in a place where the only bib you'll need is bib lettuce. The box score starts now.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Power Column for box score.
Hello and welcome to the box score. I'm Brock in Los Angeles. They are the Danettes out in Milford, Connecticut. We got 3 today. I think Paulie's still stuck in the box score zone with those veggies. Poor guy. Either that or he's at Vineyard Vines and they're having a sale on plaid capri pants. I don't know. McLovin, are you the only Danette when you guys go out to eat that would actually order steamed vegetables as a side on purpose?
Oh my God, how many times have you guys seen me say, no fries, can I have some steamed broccoli? Way too often.
It's the truth. Fritzy will occasionally do that, very rarely.
Yeah, after like, 9 straight days of like onion rings and French fries, you start feeling a little guilty. On the 10th day, you feel you got to get like asparagus or steamed carrots or artichoke, something just so you don't feel completely guilty that for 2 weeks in a row you ate all fried side dishes.
Too much kale could induce narcolepsy. Paulie dropped this surprise I-Team report as to why McLovin might have been late today.
What else do we have going on? Play of the day. We did the play of the day. I-Team report. I'm so. Now you want to do it now? We have time to do it now.
The motto
Let's go ahead and do it now.
Our news team is,
we don't break news. We sprain it.
let's go to the newsroom. Paulie?
Quickly, Andrew McLovin Perloff, a bit late for work today. Fell asleep on the train, missed his stop. Back to you.
All right. Well, that's something we can continue to talk about as the show unfolds. Fell asleep on the train. You'll get a chance to defend yourself.
You know, we actually never gave me a chance to defend myself. But to be honest, I really can't. I fell asleep on the train. What you guys don't understand is people know I commute a long way. They don't understand how intense the commute is for the train. Because I live in Brooklyn, I have to get to Grand Central, which is about 45 minutes from where I live. So that means I have to leave my house at about 5:20 a.m. Well, actually, I guess the people in LA know that. So anyway, I'm exhausted because I'm waking up about an hour, maybe an hour earlier than I am for the car. And then I admit, I wake up on the train and I'm like, wait, this doesn't look familiar. And I look around and I'm like, oh no. So I got off at the stop after Milford, and then immediately a train came back. So it was actually not as late as I usually am, to be honest.
We've all been there, though. I've fallen asleep on the train and missed my stop.
I got to give McLovin a pass. With we have lengthy commutes, but not as bad as McLovin's, and having to get up extra early and all the the distance that's involved to get here on time. If that happened, I'm surprised that doesn't even happen more. If it happens once in a while, and it's very rare that that McLovin's late like that, I think we can wink at that based on how far he has to come every day.
Understandable. We'll have mercy on you. And because you did an uplifting thing recently, went out and did this nice deed.
Hey, it's Andrew McLovin, Perloff, Dan Patrick Show. I'm accepting the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge from Jim Parsons. We're going to do it from way up there. And I got to warn you, early rehearsals have proven this to be very, very dangerous.
I'm going to do a handful.
No. Just do one. Oh! That's my middle name. All the Danettes did not want to be here for legal reasons. Dan Patrick is not here either. But let's see how it goes. All right, do it. I'm alive. All right, now I'm going to challenge the backroom guys on the Dan Patrick Show. That's 2 days. Nick Taylor, Alan Guzzi, and my old friend Casey Garrity.
Well done. I think 2's pretty terrible aim there with the water. Probably could have done a little better. I'll tell you, the real highlight of that video is the lone ice cube that's dropped from the top that explodes off of Andrew's head. Holy
Well, tell the original story. When I showed up with, I started off and the guys at the bar below brought a bucket of ice. There was a bucket this high. The ice came to here. And I was like, is this going to work? And then I'm sitting about 15 feet below it. Seton said, I am leaving because you're going to die if you do this.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I'm out of here, man. I'm not watching this. This has got trouble written all over it.
Ice cubes from that height, that's got to hurt. We don't, we're trying to do something nice and raise money for something, for a serious disease, and we don't need McLovin's head split open by ice because it's coming from too high a distance off.
Well, at this point, you have to get crazier and crazier.
I know.
With like everybody's got like, oh, I'm going to do mine like this way or that way, and so they have to get progressively more crazy.
I was thinking, part of me was thinking, I got to get on a Huffington Post or BuzzFeed list of the crazy challenges. I'm like, well, what if I just get knocked out by this? But I don't really think that's the point. And besides, but I'm a little embarrassed. My actual pour was totally embarrassing. And that was partly on.
Especially like you're going through all that distance and all this stuff, and then it was like.
I know.
It's kind of lame.
I know.
You might have made the list of lamest, not craziest.
Yeah, I know. Oh boy.
Sorry.
It scored high. There was a level of danger by dropping ice on your head. I mean, that could have cut you open. Fritzy, let's ask you to grade this. Who did it better, Seton or McLovin?
I'm only going to lean towards McLovin because, as we just alluded to, he put himself in harm's way. And looking at that distance from the height that the bucket was going down, even though Two-A-Days is getting a little abuse for missing him with most of it, I don't know exactly what the science is of it, but that looked like a distance where if an ice cube catches you the wrong way from up there, then could definitely split something. And we didn't need him to start bleeding from the head, so there was some danger involved, and that's why I'll give it to McLovin.
Now, I had done mine, I guess, probably over 2 weeks ago. And it wasn't quite the internet phenomenon that it is now. It was a little bit more tame, and it was sort of like, oh, hey, people are doing this and whatever. And so Chris Mannix nominated me, and I accepted that challenge because I really didn't, I just wanted to do it. It seemed like a funny thing, and then my son was really into it. But then since then, I mean, it's taken off, and it's absolutely gigantic now. You can't go anywhere without seeing it, and like we said, they get crazier and crazier.
Well, it's really interesting because you challenged Jim Parsons, who is a huge celebrity.
Yeah.
And because you did that, I was shocked that Jim Parsons, he challenged me and Blossom. So
I know.
What's going on here? Am I on the level with Blossom now? And you challenged Brooklyn Decker.
And she did it. And Andy Roddick dumped water on it. That was the coolest
thing. By the
way,
we haven't actually addressed it. You just challenged people. You didn't actually do it yourself?
Yeah, no, I did.
You did?
I got challenged by Mike Heller, who's actually filling in for Dan tomorrow on the radio. He challenged me and a couple other guys, and then I did, and I said Brooklyn Decker, Carissa Thompson, and Condoleezza Rice.
Oh my God!
I've been looking. I haven't seen Condoleezza Rice do it yet. She was on our show a couple times. I thought,
where'd you get that list from? Carissa Thompson, Brooklyn Decker, and Condoleezza.
Carissa, I love Carissa. I think she's got a great personality, and when she wears her green outfit, but she sent me a note saying she already did it. Okay to do it a second time, and I said absolutely. And then to see Brooklyn Decker participate, that was pretty awesome. But Condoleezza Rice, nothing yet.
The level of celebrity we're talking about here. You had Andy Roddick dumping a bucket on Brooklyn. She said, "I'd like to accept the challenge from Fritzy."
That was so
and
weird.
then she challenged Kate Upton and Justin Verlander.
Yeah,
so you're 2 steps away from Kate Upton and Justin Verlander.
When I was checking it, and I was very excited to see that she gave me a little shout out. I guess that there's a certain thing you have to say anyway, who you're doing it for and who you're giving it to. But when I was scrolling through Twitter and everything, and then to play it and see Brooklyn Decker, she actually did it because of a little note that I sent out, and she actually took the challenge. And like you said, that she challenged Verlander and Upton. That was pretty awesome. I wasn't expecting that, but I still would like to see Condoleezza Rice do it eventually.
Well, the Brooklyn Decker would definitely be a visual treat. McLovin, after you came in late, you got boosted up a little bit because the boss called in today and said who he thought would do the best on Sports Jeopardy.
Paulie knows a lot of trivia that really doesn't come into play on a normal basis. Probably, I'm going to say McLovin would, but Paulie would be, he would always have this sneak, he would get the final Sports Jeopardy. Paulie would always go, I think it's, and then he would be correct, where McLovin would build up a big lead and then blow it in the very end.
Basically, Dan called me Cliff Clavin there from Cheers when Cliff builds up a monstrous lead and loses Final Jeopardy, and he answers 3 people haven't been in my kitchen. I think I would have a very Cliff Clavin-like strategy, and I would totally buckle under pressure. but I know it. I do know a lot of sports. I think I could be pretty dangerous. The problem is niche sports. Paulie's got me on like soccer and auto racing, so I know, like, you know, I'm like a football, baseball, basketball guy. Olympics would really be a problem for me. But you guys don't seem to mind that we're not bringing you up as. I know you don't care.
No, what the hell do I know?
I knew I'd be towards the bottom of that list for trivia, unless it's like specifically the '86 Astros, the 1978 Broncos. I'm going to get it wrong.
Not to mention, though, there's like no way, even if I did know a lot about sports, that I would be like, dude, I totally know more about sports than you do. Like, I'm not.
Yeah.
Really
it's definitely not a cool.
It's like a push-up contest, and
like, like you're not going to walk into a bar and say, hey.
You want to run them right now, dude? We'll go.
You don't say to a woman, you know, I beat my coworker here in Sports Jeopardy. That is like, that's pretty much, you know, a guarantee you're not going to.
But I think Dan nailed it the way he described it about how, like, you know, you may have that big lead, and then, but that Paulie basically said he's got a way of like manipulating things with the game. He'll figure out a way to get through the system and pull it out at the end.
Yeah, if there's any sort of trivia contest or any kind of contest, you have to assume off the bat that Paul has either cheated or tried to cheat at some point, and then he's going to be like, no, not me. What? And we all know it. And he's not here, so I feel very comfortable saying that.
Can't defend himself.
Well, yeah, I think McLovin, you would have him because Paulie wouldn't have his computer in front of him, which I think got him frustrated today because he fired the first shot and shot a flinch ball right at your man region. I mean, is this game on?
I guess so.
So lucky your hand was there.
I was really like,
I was close.
I was very lucky because the worst part about flinch ball is the anticipation. I was just sitting there talking to Mike about something, and it came out of, I saw it in my peripheral vision, that yellow flash, which has been in my nightmares before, but I wasn't focused on it at all. And then, all right, so it hit, and then I was like,
and the way you were sitting, you were almost inviting something like that to happen.
10 seconds from now, I'm going to know if this was one of the most dangerous grazes I've ever been through or nothing. And luckily, my mind wasn't on it, so I think I got scot-free. We'll see. Luckily, I'm probably not going to have any more children, so it really doesn't matter.
Well, if you did, Fritzy probably wouldn't know their names. Stay with us. A very rich man calls from a very nice office and explains why he isn't paying the children. Welcome back to the Box Score. CEO and El Presidente of the Little League, Stephen D. Keener, called in today and explained why the Little Leaguers aren't getting paid for their efforts on the big stage.
No, I don't think they should be compensated. I think what Little League is a community-based program. We have 7,500 local Little League programs around the country. The revenues that are generated from ESPN and all the other revenue sources that we have are used to support the services and the operations of 7,500 local Little League programs. You're talking about 16 teams that happen to go through a tournament process that got to Williamsport. They're having the time of their life while they're here. What the television cameras can't really show you is the experience that the teams are having outside the playing field, where we have a multitude of programs and things for them to just mixing all the cultures together, and just a lot of fun.
You know, it dawned on me that he was working pretty hard there. He doth protest too much. Before he came on, I'm like, oh, you know, this seems kind of amicable. But now he might have the reverse effect. I'm like, wait, why is he arguing here? Is there something sinister going on? I don't think there is necessarily.
He seemed kind of pissed off. Like
to
me,
us?
Yeah. Like I thought he was like, you know, I heard you guys talking there earlier. One of you guys had said something. Well, let me straighten something out about that. He had a little bit of. He was nice, friendly, but sort of like I think he was.
Like you think we're making like all kinds of money under the table?
It was a little. He was understandably defensive.
Yeah, understandably defensive because we didn't know we weren't experts.
It seemed like it cut a little bit, or like that something was a little bit annoyed.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Steve Keener. We'll probably have him on many times throughout the year.
Well, he'll be working for the NCAA sometime in the next
there was
few years.
a Bill Hancock feel about it.
Absolutely. It's exactly the perfect replacement for
that being said, like, I think it's a topic where he could have a point. We were researching the topic as we go. We were more bringing up the points. I don't think that we had, admittedly, we didn't have our
we didn't have all kinds of stats.
But I think that's why you have him on, though.
Yeah.
You know, I can't, we came up with this, and in the next 15 minutes, I'm not going to figure out the
and that's why they reached out to us. They were listening and felt like something had to be clarified.
I thought it was a good segment, though. I thought he was interesting, and you know, we're kind of kidding here, but he might have had a very good point. Hey, I got to be honest. If I was good enough to be in the Little League World Series, I would have loved to go into Williamsport.
I remember being really mad that my home Little League South Amboy Lowell Fellas, the reason it's Lowell Fellas is because it's not a sanctioned Little League team. And I was always so annoyed that we didn't have the opportunity to go to the Little League.
Wow, were you guys good enough to advance?
Probably not, but when you're, you know, city champs.
But when would you ask your parents or a manager or someone affiliated with the Little League, like, you know, when do we get our checks or anything like that? Would that have even been a thought in any of your minds, looking back to when you played Little League, that that you would possibly like get some kind of payments for participating?
Would that even be good for kids to be getting paid? You'd have like the star center fielder pulling up in a limousine like Willie Mays Hayes in Major League 2. You know, maybe it's not even a good thing. Maybe they shouldn't get paid, but. I don't know.
Well, kind of why we're exploiting them then.
All the kids alienating one another.
Yeah, maybe we should just exploit them.
How can we, the Dan Patrick Show, get in on this exploitation? I want to cash in. What? Stricken that. Edit that out.
He just said that.
No, well, let's keep it to a simpler time. Fritzy, if as a kid, what reward did you get following a sporting event that was the most significant for you?
I remember I had a coach named Mark Jackowitz who recently passed away. I was playing for Lincoln Savings Bank at West Brighton Little League in Brooklyn, and we were sitting in 100-degree weather in the outfield after we lost a game. He felt like we should have won, and I remember him saying, "I'll get you all a hot dog and a drink after the game, and you know, just let me say what I have to say." And then he just went off on us. You know, I think some of you don't want to even be here. You think it's camp, or your parents don't want you around the house, so they forced you to join Little League and went off on us. So I think I got like a hot dog and a potato knish and a like an orange soda from the coach was about all I got. And I think he took us out to pizza once. And one other time I got a Baltimore Orioles cap at a sporting goods store where after the season was over, he took us all to buy our favorite team's hat. But other than that, it never dawned on me for a second that like we get, you know, any kind of money or prizes or anything at all other than just participating and wanting to play Little League baseball.
Yeah, it's a couple jackets, a couple of trophies, Foxy Pops, hot dog, and one time when we won the city championship, we went to Speezy's Pizza, and that was pretty much the biggest deal in the world, going to get Speezy's.
I mean, for me, it was 1982 when I captured the MVP award at the Jewish Youth League over Brem Moldovsky. Brem had a problem. He was a huge hitter, but he'd be rounding second, and his yarmulke would fly off. So he'd be like trying to get the yarmulke, and like he couldn't see the third base coach because it was going up. So like I was more solid, you know, being a Reformed Jew gave me a huge advantage, and I captured the title and the MVP.
The yarmulke will get in the way.
It was a controversial race, Brock. Let me tell you, the media weighed in. There were a lot of Brem followers, but I won in the end.
Oh, my big reward was I hit a grand slam in Little League, and my mom took me out to Baskin-Robbins for the Matterhorn. 7 scoops of ice cream. I did not finish it. Coming up, Mike Florio filled in all week. Were the students paying attention to the substitute teacher? We will find out. It is Know Your Show next. Welcome back to the Box Score, guys, with Mike Florio in the chair all week, and the boss was out. Let's see if you guys were tuned in as you should be. We're going to play a very special Thursday edition of
Know Your
Show. What? It's a very special Mike Florio guest host edition, and with no Paulie today as he's out shopping at Vineyard Vines for those plaid capris. It's every man for himself. Let's start with Fritzy, shall we? Mike Florio revealed this detail about himself Monday that caught everyone off guard. What was it?
There's no further clue than it's just something personally revealed about himself?
Something Monday that caught us all.
That's definitely a
Oh, I got it. Steelsies?
Can I?
Steelsies.
I have no clue at all other than just something
No
personal
steals.
that he revealed about himself?
No steals, but you can mock him following the wrong answer.
Oh, okay. He revealed that he's like no longer a lawyer. He can't practice law anymore.
Was it that he cannot practice law anymore?
People still think, oh, you're a lawyer. And so they want to ask legal questions like, no, I'm not anymore.
Wait, you can not be a lawyer anymore?
Yeah, I'm not a lawyer. I don't have a license to practice law anymore. That is my go-to.
You're absolutely correct. We will send you a hot dog and a potato knish and a soda for your efforts.
Thank
Seton,
you.
you're
I
up.
appreciate that.
What video game did Mike say he enjoyed playing more than Madden?
FIFA.
Yeah.
Was it FIFA?
Goofballs.
Even though I don't like the Madden series, I love the FIFA series.
Oh, you play video games?
Oh yeah, sports video games. The FIFA game, I play with my son and my nephew and his buddy, and it's great stuff.
Absolutely correct. If you guessed that he played BioShock also online, you're also correct. Okay, McLovin, here we go. When asked if he could have a mediocre NFL career and make $10 million or do nothing and make $10 million, what did Mike say he would want to do?
Mike's all about doing nothing for $10 million.
Was it doing nothing for $10 million?
Knowing what we know now about the realities of playing in the NFL, I'd be inclined to just take the $10 million for nothing.
Doesn't it sound so good to just get 10
$10
mil
million.
right now?
Just $10 million. Here you go.
Absolutely correct. Back to Seton. Which NFL team did Mike say should switch back to their 1970s look?
Oh, shnikes. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Was it the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
I hated the creamsicle Buccaneers, but now I wish they had the creamsicles back because the current uniforms are just dreadful. I don't know why they felt compelled to ditch the pewter and red. Now it's too busy. There's too many colors. It looks like a digital alarm clock.
You are absolutely correct. Well done, sir. One more for Fritzy. Which two divisions did Mike say were the worst in the NFL?
The worst two divisions. I'm going to say NFC South and no.
It's difficult because these are several segments, at least 8 segments here that was just completely tuned out.
I'm gonna say.
What's going on?
I'm gonna say AFC East and NFC South.
Was it the AFC East and NFC South?
Is the AFC South the worst division in the NFL?
Yes, right now the AFC South is, followed by the NFC East. I'd say right now those are the two worst.
Wrong. I think you just got those mixed up.
Dang-a-rang.
Last
Right
one
there, pal.
is for McLovin.
So close.
Mike said that he's been lobbying for this band to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show. Which band is it?
Well, I know that Paulie wanted Rush. Todd wanted Hall & Oates. I believe Mike wanted Kiss.
Was it Kiss?
On behalf of Rush and Rush fans everywhere, I'll put up $1,000 for Rush to be the halftime act of the Super Bowl.
Hey, I've been lobbying for Kiss for years. This may be the ticket for Kiss.
This could be the year, actually.
Yeah.
It's probably the most successful Know Your Show ever.
Good job, gentlemen. That was a tie between McLovin and Seton, our co-winners today. Still to come. McLovin was definitely on fire today, and bring out Thursday, Fritz. Hit the day early. Welcome back to the Box Score. Last call here at the Box Score Bar. McLovin was on fire today, but a little bit tardy, which meant his back row mate had to put the show on his shoulders and come out swinging this morning.
They've got Wi-Fi there that could simultaneously host everybody in the stadium at the same time if they tried to log onto the Wi-Fi. The field, apparently they brought down the Candlestick Park turf.
So they got holes in their dungarees already?
They've...
Hello, anybody, a kid.
I can't recall a time where two guys on the same team were arrested at the same time. To have two guys who play the same position and are your top two options on the depth chart, that, as far as I know, is unprecedented, Fritzy.
I just hope we don't get too carried away or rush to judgment on this one.
What?
Carried away, rush to judgment, running backs?
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go like with a different...
That was supposed to be a joke.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm not saying that was the funniest thing I've ever said. Far from it. But I was disappointed in Florio for not getting the play on words with carried and rush. That there were two Steeler running backs involved, and he had no idea what I was talking about.
Get it? Get the joke.
I tried. I didn't know what to do.
Rush to judgment. I'm like throwing the punchline.
For all our radio friends, that really helped the hand gesture.
Is there anything?
So yeah, that didn't work, and then the holes in the dungarees I thought was decent. We were talking about sod.
You did think it was easy? You did. Even watching it back.
Second time around, not as good.
Second time around, you closed your eyes and sighed.
Yeah, I cringed a little bit. The second time around, not as good. But when it popped in my head, I felt the need. I had to go and went holes in the dungarees.
Who uses the word dungaree?
Very rarely. You don't hear that very much.
So you're telling me
I thought I would make it funny.
Holes in their dungarees already?
Levi's.
It barely even really makes sense.
Holes in the dirt and the sod is coming up.
And the
holes.
dungarees? I don't know.
Oh. I've had better days with that.
Get back up there Monday, kid.
I'm told Lee's are dungarees and Levi's are the other ones. That's what we know. All right, Fritzy, who is on next week?
Well, tomorrow, Mike Heller is going to be guest hosting for our friends listening on the radio. And Brewers manager Ron Renicky will join us. Charles Davis, college football Fox analyst, will be on the show. Don Banks, famed Sports Illustrated NFL writer, all part of Friday's show. Please tune in with Mr. Mike Heller, guest hosting for Dan.
Please do. Thanks for watching the Box Score. Set your DVR or tune in weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, only on Audience Channel 239 right here on DirecTV. Cheers, Fritzy.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer. My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching the Box Score. Holy cow!